Raheem Sterling to Chelsea. Bid confirmed? Check. Bid accepted? Check. Salary accepted? Check. Medical confirmed? Check. Tonight, let's get into it. Oh yeah, and ESPN FC confirm Raphinha's bid is rejected. Barcelona's bid rejected. He's going to be a Chelsea player apparently. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Kavkas View, guys. Luis Suarez celebration. In today's video, we are covering three main topics. Topic number one, Raheem Sterling. We're going to break it down. And you know what? A lot of people are disrespecting him. And I'm going to actually defend Raheem Sterling today because he's a legend, not only of Manchester City, he's a legend of England. I'll explain that. Number two, Raphinha Dembele saga continues. Looks like Dembele staying at Barcelona. I'm going to give you the full breakdown. Looks like Raphinha's headed to Chelsea. I want to hear your perspective on that. And finally, this is the biggest part. The team's out on tour. I want to actually talk about the team. I want to talk about the 8 youngsters that went, the 8 players that graduated from Cobham, and people are still upset. And I need to have my cake and eat it too. I need to talk about this because I don't like this perception that if there's no youth team players on the plane, people are getting angry. Calm down, we have 8. But before we get started, it's very important that you lot continue this support because the love you're showing is kind, the love you're showing is amazing, and I feel truly fortunate to have you guys here. 1,000 likes is what we're aiming for, a subscription if you're most pleased to help the channel grow, because I'm not gonna lie to you, that is the best way you can support, free of charge. I'm not asking for the super thanks comments. I don't want that. I need you guys just to consistently watch and show love to the channel. And finally, if you want to interact with me directly, I always put in the pinned comment my Instagram. Follow me, hit me up in a DM. I reply with a voice note. I give you guys a detailed answer that you guys perceive. It's really popular. I'm really enjoying it. So let's keep it going. Let's build that community. The football community. We don't even have to just talk about Chelsea. We can talk about football in general. I'm an addict. I'm a football addict. I'm sorry. We're gonna go with the good news first. Raheem Sterling to Chelsea is almost a done deal now, right? Raheem Sterling, £47 million. David Ornstein has come out. No add-ons. This, in this current market, is a phenomenal deal. When you look at the players moving on to different clubs, this is English premium. This is a terrific player scoring 91 goals in the league for Manchester City, in the 100th club for his overall career in the Premier League. This is a move that Chelsea have really stolen. 27-year-old asset. Then 300k, look, the salary is the salary. He is in the prime of his career. This is his one final paycheck for the next 5 years. It will be a great deal. And this is the end bit that makes me very happy. Medicals today, soon to be confirmed. Apparently he's scheduled to go join Chelsea in the US after the medical is confirmed and he's fully held up the shirt. This is phenomenal. I like the player. And then the news that comes later on in the video will insinuate why I like the player more. But first, I need to get something off my chest. Whenever a player leaves a club, people are always disrespectful, and I hate it. Raheem Sterling leaving Manchester City, now we're getting Manchester City fans all of a sudden with their history saying Manchester City is too big of Raheem Sterling, and Raheem Sterling is not a club legend for Manchester City. Pathetic. I'm telling you now, and I'll explain why. Number one, Raheem Sterling scored 91 league goals for you. Raheem Sterling is arguably in your top 10 all-time goal scorers in the Premier League. Number two, Raheem Sterling has won 4 Premier Leagues. Raheem Sterling has won 6 other cups. Manchester City in their whole career most probably haven't done that well. Additionally, they call Stephen Ireland and Richard Dunn legends, but Raheem Sterling is not a legend. Pathetic. Stop this agenda. Just because someone moved on doesn't mean you have to be angry. And then, overall, people disrespect Raheem Sterling. People have the audacity to say he's not an England legend. Let me talk to you about something. Lampard, Gerrard, Terry, Rio, all legends of English football. Agree. Why is Raheem Sterling not on that list? Raheem Sterling has taken England further in the Euros than all those players ever have. He's taken them further in the World Cup than all those players ever had. He's won as many Premier Leagues as most of them. Gerrard's never even won a Premier League. Gerrard can't even hold a Premier League at this moment in time. He doesn't even have the replica. Raheem has 4 of them. 4! Yet people want to continuously disrespect him. It's not the sexy pick. That's why people don't like him. Raheem's played a pivotal roles in every team he's been in and led to success. Manchester City, he had 20 goals in some seasons. Him and Aguero were combining. It wasn't just Aguero, it wasn't just Silva. Raheem played his part. And in England's World Cup and Euros, he was a key integral piece again. If Harry Kane squares it, we're in a final of a World Cup going up against France. Most probably going to lose, but guess what? It's a final of a World Cup. Don't disrespect the player just because he's leaving your club. Have some class, have some dignity. Now I can move on. ESPN now reports something that makes me very happy. Look, we all knew that Raphinha wants to join Barcelona. Barcelona have been chasing him for a consistent period of time, and they even put a bid in, and the bid was ridiculous that Leeds had to reject it according to ESPN. So the bid was embarrassing. It was, we'll start paying installments from next year, not this year, so there'll be no fee up front because they are in financial difficulties, and after a period of time it will match what Chelsea were going to pay. Chelsea's bid is majority up front. How do you think you're going to compete with that? Leeds rejected it. They wanted to respect the player's wishes, but the player is not opposed to joining Chelsea, and the player coming into the club will be actually very beneficial to the way that Raheem Sterling is going to settle in. He's going to be very beneficial to the way that Kai Havertz settles in, and we're going to have a very beautiful fluid forward line. We're going to have creativity, we're going to have goals, and we're going to have individual ingenuity from all three players, and that's something I'm very excited for. This move is going to be good. Deco is going to start negotiating with the club again for his personal fees because the bid was accepted. Raphinha did not negotiate personal terms with Chelsea Football Club. He was waiting for Barcelona to get their accounting sorted to see if this move can happen. Does it worry me that he's so keen on a move to Barcelona? Slightly. But do I care at this moment in time after seeing the team that went on tour? Not at all. I'm actually very excited. Raphinha is welcome to the club. If he wants to leave in a year and a half, we'll get a great profit and we'll move on with the rest of our careers, go in our separate ways. But for me, this is a great signing. What really upsets me is what's happened with the Dembele saga, because we've spent nearly 2 months now, and maybe even 8 if you go back to January, to consider Dembele to Chelsea. And now that Dembele to Chelsea has fallen through, it becomes very upsetting because I've wanted Dembele at the club. Like I've always said, Dembele's Eden Hazard level talent. Dembele can be the best player in the world one day. He just has to stay fit and remain consistent because he's got all the attributes. He's got the raw attributes, he's got the both-footedness, he's got the goals and the assists in front of goal. He's got all the capabilities to get people off their bums and watch the game. He's got all the capabilities for must-see TV. The only issue with him is he's an injury-prone player, and that's something we have to accept with him. But what he's doing for Barcelona is absolutely ludicrous. So he's taking a 40% wage cut from what he was already on to sign for Barcelona again on a 2-year deal. He's going on the same fee as Ansu Fati, and in 2 years' time, he'll reconsider his future. But as of this moment, he thought, and his agent Moussa Sissoko, who in my opinion should be in big trouble from Dembele, they thought they could hustle Barcelona for a bigger fee. But what they didn't realize was that Kylian Mbappe contract ain't out there for you, big man. You don't stay fit enough for a consistent period of time. Yes, you got your 12 assists this year in La Liga, but you don't stay fit enough for a consistent period of time where you can demand that money on a regular basis. Chelsea weren't willing to give him Raheem Sterling money. Bayern, PSG were not either. So what happened at the end of it? He had to re-sign at Barcelona because he just decided, if I'm going to take a wage cut, I'd rather stay where I'm happy. And for me, at that moment in time, it hurts because I think he's better than Raphinha. I really do. I'm not going to be one of those people that just because we're signing Raphinha to get gassed and say Raphinha is the best right winger in the world. No, not a chance. I think there are a few better than Raphinha, but Raphinha is young. He can develop. And I think Dembele, if he stays fit, and I hope he does stay fit, he's going to be showing the world what he does. And I don't care if he's not coming to Chelsea. I love watching Barcelona play. I love watching Real Madrid play. So if I see their players doing well, I respect it. I'm a fan of the game, guys. And sad but true, a lot of people these days only watch one team play. I'm not one of those people. I love the game. So I wish him the best. Didn't work out. Maybe one day he joins Chelsea. Who knows? Speaking of Chelsea, and so the Chelsea boys went on tour. So the Chelsea boys are in America at this moment in time. A squad was announced, and this squad was jam-packed with youngs. And yet people still found a way to criticize it. So Chelsea had 8 Cobham graduate team, and if from the top of my memory, let me go through this. Chalobah, Colwell, Mount Gallagher, Gilmore, Hudson-Odoi, Angerin, and there was one more player if I'm not mistaken. There was 8 players that are from the Chelsea Youth Academy. On top of that, you can throw in Ampadu, a youngster that's going as well. Yet people were still frustrated and said Thomas Tuchel has now cojones because he just doesn't leave senior players out. People like Webster, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Dujon Sterling, and N'Golo Kante aren't traveling for personal reasons and other reasons that we don't need to mention on this channel. Do your research yourselves. Just Google why they're not going on tour. But we are going to talk about the players that made it, that raised controversy. Number one, Michy Batshuayi and Ross Barkley. Guys, I need to explain to you something. Michy Batshuayi is not as bad as you lot make him out to be. Michy gets goals everywhere he goes. Michy is actually a great second choice striker. In my opinion, Michy's as good as Tammy Abraham. People aren't going to like it. It's the sad reality because it's the truth. Michy Batshuayi at Dortmund, banged. Done a decent spell at Crystal Palace first time around, second time not so great. He is who Tammy Abraham is. Give him chances, they will score goals. All-round game, not a chance. Ross Barkley. Ross Barkley starts for 50% of the Premier League teams. Ross Barkley is a very good player who just has a lot of injuries, and if he gets a consistent run of game, he will be a regular starter. The ones we should be complaining about is Sarr and Kennedy. Kennedy does not have a future at Chelsea. Sarr, in my opinion, like I said in my last video, is just not good enough for Chelsea. So why is he going on tour? The reason is, and I think you need to accept this, and I've accepted it, so I'm going to relay it, so hopefully you will accept it. Chelsea Football Club has to pay these players wages. How does it look when 120k asset is not going on tour? And another thing, I guarantee you Sarr is better than some of the youth prospects at this moment in time. And he will be making a claim like, look, you've signed me for 5 years. I want to prove myself. I want to improve. So we need to be respectful of Tuchel. Tuchel owes players some loyalty every now and then, in my opinion. I don't like it, but it's just the way the world works. These are human beings. They actively were breaking their ass for him. And they were running into the ground when we had 3 games in the span of 6 days. Sarr was playing for us, and Tuchel most probably feels like he owes him something. Look, we've got 3 games out there. We've got Charlotte FC, DC United, I think it's Club America, and more importantly, Arsenal in some kind of Florida Cup final. It's going to be exciting. There's going to be a lot of rotation, a lot of young players. We're going to see Angerin, we're going to see Ampadu, we're going to see a whole host of players that I'm excited to see. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, be positive. Raheem Sterling will be a success, hopefully. I don't think he's the perfect signing, but I do think he'll be a very good signing in the long term. At least I hope so. And Raphinha, the deal should be concluded soonish. Stay positive. Peace out. I'm out. Have a great weekend. Bye.